Hey, so last time we have completed our iron supply, and we actually have a new line going up to our steel mills and to our other stuff. We need to upgrade how many gears we're making. Yeah, that's the thing with Factorio. Everything, you always are running out of everything. Just the way it is. Just the way I like it. Um, yeah, I'll just cut off these guys for a bit while I head down here for some more bricks so I can make a bit more furnaces so I can make a lot more iron. It's like the Doom guy. If you ever played the original Doom, when you get those things which you can like root, where you can use them to like, you know, the upgrades that you get that you like, they're like those little red balls that you crush, and then a blast of energy comes up. It's basically like that. Or if you don't know, or if you never play Doom, just imagine the Thanos Infinity Stone. And one stone is each time a new, thing here, like a new iron supply gets, like, connected to me, to my base. It provides a really big power spike. God, did you remember? Ooh. Okay, so back when I played automation a lot more, I made an engine. It was called the something something power spike. It had like 5,000 and something horsepower, and it was just a big spike up. And then if you held it for too long, the engine blew. It was funny. As funny as an exploding engine can be. However, it had a problem where the engine kind of went up in flames and explosions. So I don't think it could pass like a proper safety inspection in the real world. Okay. Stop causing problems. I will beat you to death. Wait, where? Oh yeah, that's up there. Okay. Come on. I'd say one of the things that influenced my, I guess, Factorio skill, mads, kills, or very average skills, I guess, if you be realistic, I'd say it's my knowledge with computers. The whole bus stuff with how computers work is, kind of something which influenced my, some of my Factorio things that I like to do, because if it works for computers, it's gonna work for a 2D factory. The thing is, a great example, I'd say, is, well, you can see it right here with, the smelting things I do. Now, a lot of smelters normally, which you see a lot of other people use, have on one side, you have, like, the output on this side and the input on this side. On my guys, everything's on the same side. This is because I like having the whole bus thing on one side, and then they can just, you know, stick out somewhere. You want to make the stuff efficient. Because, thankfully, heat isn't a problem in Factorio. If it was, it makes a lot of stuff a lot more interesting. So, I'm gonna need to go and upgrade the actual defense on my, base. That's, like, keeping me alive right now. Because biters keep chewing it up. Okay, I'm heading in just as an invasion has started. Not my finest moment, but, oh well. Yeah, you can see the issue. Oh my god. Okay. Thank fuck you repair walls so quickly. So, I will just do the whole dragon teeth stuff basically across the entire wall. But I'll first just add a second layer of walls. And I remember back when I was getting constantly attacked on my last save, you had like 4 layers of walls, and instead of repairing the walls, I just built a new layer over them, which is very structurally sussy. But it works, and that's the important bit. So yeah, that's a big nest. The thing with these nests is the only way they actually generate proper biters is if pollution is reaching them. So even a small nest can start producing biters if they're being polluted a lot. And because I do have change map settings, I don't know why I have this, but as you can see, we do have enemy expansion up. So yeah. We do also have I have like all the resource stuff slightly boosted, just because I don't feel like checking around for 20 years so I can get to the nearest source of coal or iron. It helps a bit, but not that much. Making a game a bit easier for yourself is completely fine if it's if it's a mechanic you're not a big fan of. But just the idea that I see some people where, essentially, if you're unaware, this game has a so-called peaceful mode. Well, that thing's actually really bad for you because it does not teach you how to properly play the game. What it does teach you, however, is, oh, hold on, yeah. What it teaches you everything but, like, how to actually defend from biters, I guess. And since defending from biters and managing their attacks is such an important and integral part of Factorio, it's gonna be very difficult, adapting to, normal Factorio. Which is a mistake I made when I was younger while playing, because, oh wow, peaceful mode. Yeah, I don't want biters destroying my base. Meanwhile, actually, biters are just a really fun dynamic you need to know how to work around. By far, the biggest way Factorio has changed, over time is, the late game has improved a lot. Especially with nuclear reactors and nuclear bombs and artillery. And another thing that's really improved are the textures and that sort of stuff. The old textures were perfectly serviceable. I mean, not the really old textures, those were horrid. But at roughly like 0.12, 0.13, 0.14, a lot of the textures were perfectly serviceable. They still changed them to something which looks a lot better, which is something I completely support. So we're only really getting attacked in the south for now, so this is the only place where I'll really be building the Dragon Teeth. We're getting another engagement on the top left. Not that fun, you know. Have we ever been attacked up? Ooh. We have, haven't we? Yeah. But it's not as bad as that down there. Like, you can see the big envy. Let's go poke them. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Hello. People often, like, overestimate how powerful biters are because, explosives and fire just kills them really quickly. And it's really powerful, but also that's why it's kind of difficult to use. Also, this seed is really good. Again, seed. It's really good. Okay. So let's actually, I'll just copy and paste this, and then I'll have to do the whole building shtick. Hold on. Actually, no, because of the way I've set up the wiring. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Okay. Just doing that, we'll fix it though. There we go, problem solved. Okay, so now I'm gonna need to, remove this for a bit, and just, yeah, there we go, perfect. So what I'll be doing is, there we go. There we go. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Then, yeah, yeah, and yeah. Okay. Then, you know, you want to do that sort of thing, and, okay. So now here comes the pro strat. Because this works like that, oh, really? Oh, really? I have an idea. I have a solution. Okay, so just, yeah. So what if we set this up like that? Hey, stop. Okay. Now there you go. Now, if you're unaware, what this does is, well, this can still freely float, but now this can go there with just enough space to spare. And the reason why you would do that is because, there you go. There's probably also a very large amount of people who still believe that Russia is, like, anywhere near communist, where it's obviously not. It is really interesting watching the whole situation unfold and how disinformation campaigns work in the 21st century, which could be a very good... Look, if you're planning to write a paper on something for, like, uni or something, yeah, thank me later. I think making a study on how, like, disinformation campaigns affect people will be a really good study. Now, I don't know how you would set the study up, essentially. I think you could, like, set it up by, basically feeding people disinformation about, some, you know, something that is not something that a lot of people would know a lot about. And, you would have two people. You would feed both of them disinformation. And the test would be basically when two people have the wrong information and the information is opposing, you would want to see, well, how do these people, like, you know, combat each other even though they both have the wrong information. I think that'd be really interesting. Especially seeing, like, how the situation unfolds when a lot of people have, like, incorrect information. And seeing people come to the correct conclusion for the completely wrong information is also pretty interesting. Now, I'm not a scientist. All I know is from the stuff I've seen people do, and I think that could be a really interesting study. And if you're a scientist and we're doing a study and you're just binging a Factorio video that somebody that's making at 3 in the morning, well, that's a really good idea. And even if you don't want to do, like, a sort of like a big science thing, if you don't want to do a big science dance, you can always just, you know, do the good old, you know, if you're just in high school or uni and you want to make a paper, it could probably be a really interesting, it could honestly probably be not just a good paper, but a pretty good read, honestly. And I normally don't really read papers and such, because it's too sciencey for me. But honestly speaking, something like that could be extremely interesting. And we're getting attacked somewhere. Well, something got chewed up. I'm guessing it's... What? Ah. Well, okay. I don't get why they keep attacking the wolves head on. I mean, I like that they do that, because, you know, it helps me kill them before they do some serious damage. Okay, that, I think, did that unplug? Yeah, that just unplugs everything. Okay. I've seen a recent mod float recently I've seen a mod float around. I don't know if it's, like, a concept or if it actually works. But the idea would be you would, like, actually have a power grid system where if your power grid was overloaded, it could blow up and start an electrical fire, which I think is kind of funny. But, you don't really have a way to extinguish fire in Factorio, so, imagine all the ways that could be unfair to the player. But no, I'm pretty sure that is actually a mod. Definitely, it'd be interesting to test out, but, I don't see the point of playing with it. Yeah, okay. So, there comes the... Oh, I'm an idiot. But as soon as that should be done, our iron supply should be just fine. And as that is fine, we can go on the next step, expanding copper. Copper is important. And we need more of it. First of all, we need to make a lot more electronic circuits. So let's deal with that now. For that, we need more steel. Where do we find steel, you may ask? Well, right over here. Let's turn that off. You already made 900. And yeah, that stuff's working on full blast, which is really good. Yeah, okay. You know, I've recently seen a lot of the fucking lean memes, and it's really... They are funny. Because they're bad. I mean, I laugh at bad stuff all the time, because it's just... I like, you know, the shitty, broken, Arab funny memes. It's just funny. It's not explained, just... There's some primal instinct which makes me laugh, like, when I see that sort of stuff, but, the lean memes are funny. If you don't know what lean is, it's essentially a drug made from codeine, and it is not good for you, and I think it can make you have a stroke. But people take it because people inject crocodile into themselves, and that's basically heroin, but worse because it's actually made from petrol. Yeah. People aren't very smart. And, to compound the whole not smart thing, a lot of sheltered kiddies do not know what that lean actually was, and they just thought it was a party drink. Now that sounds really funny out of context. Because, yes, the famous lean party drink, but, memes about sheltered kids who don't know about, like, drugs because their parents are too scared to tell them aside, well, here's the thing. You probably should teach your kid about drugs and why they're bad. Now, I don't know if that's like something that other countries have, but in my country, the big reason why I haven't fallen into an addiction of any sort is because, well, I was just clearly told about the consequences of it, and I have looked into it further myself because the way like medication and such affects the human psyche is one of the few like medical things I am actually really interested in, because otherwise I don't have that much interest in medical stuff. But the whole medical science and things like drugs and other forms of like medication, it is interesting. And from that I've learned that there is no way in hell I would ever do drugs. You see, here's the thing. Very often, you see this issue which I see people talk about. It's mainly I see the issue with when it comes around to talking about medication. Medication is important for like people who struggle with some things, but medication, it should never be the end goal. making medication the end goal for anything is a horrible idea. Mainly because you do not want to have your brain dependent on something. You want, like, let's take a situation where, I don't know, let's say you're depressed and you're taking antidepressants. The end goal is not antidepressants. The end goal is obviously not needing them. Now that sounds obvious to a lot of people. And it also sounds like complete news to other people. People who maybe have not experienced any of that sort of stuff, so that they don't, so they don't really know. And there's no shame in not knowing something. That's something also which I really dislike with some people. They really try to shame others for not knowing. And shaming somebody because they, like, seriously weren't aware of something is really fucking stupid. If somebody doesn't know something, and you shame them for that, all that'll make them do is that'll just make them a lot more, like, or I guess a lot less receptive to any help in the future. You legitimately, when you hear somebody talk about how they don't understand something, you want to explain it to them the best you can so that they actually understand it and so that they feel like it's something they want to learn. Now, obviously, there are people who would do stuff like that in bad faith, and talking in bad faith is, essentially, imagine if you exactly know what the fuck Margaret Thatcher did, but you keep acting like you haven't got a clue and like, oh wait, what did she do? Wow, and, your goal is either to waste, every single time, that person's goal is either to waste your time, or more nefariously, to try to basically dog whistle their personal opinions. And a dog whistle, for those who are not aware, is well, think about how a dog whistle works IRL. It's a genius term, honestly. IRL, a dog whistle works in a way where when you whistle into it, your dog hears it, but you don't. The brilliance in that example is that because your dog hears it and you don't, think about how this can be used IRL. You can have a specific word, or a set of words, a symbol, that with that you can signify to people in your in-group that you like something, or that you're a part of something, while to people who don't know, they're left on the wiser. It's something a lot of people actually do without, actually kind of, knowing it. They do it, and it's only bad if it's obviously misused, because sometimes it's really good. Like, there are things that I talk about with other people IRL to try to basically see where they stand. There are, like, legitimate dog whistles that I use just to see, because I don't want to waste my time like, trying to make friends with somebody who just hates other people for existing. I am a type of person who just... I don't want to talk with those types of people. Because honestly, those types of people are really sad. And I honestly kind of feel sorry for some of them. But again, you should not treat your sadness by hating other people for existing. That being said, I do use essentially something similar to what would be called a dog whistle to try to see, if they react to some of the stuff I say with, in a way that may show their appreciation for ideals that we would both share, both your own equal rights. But very often when the term dog whistle is used, it is when people like who are a lot more nefarious try to use it for nefarious things. I mean, if you're one of my friends, you'll probably like pick up on some of the stuff I talk about in these videos, because there's a very clear, like, within the whole game stuff that I do. When I talk about this stuff, I do actually try to promote a very simple message, and it's like a very simple and nice message to people, which it getting overlooked isn't that bad, actually. Because the fact it's getting overlooked means that a lot less people are aware of it. Which to me is actually pretty useful. Because my plan is really simple. Here it is laid out for you. I want to do... So basically, while I'm just, you know, doing the video gaming when you do the video and the game, while I'm playing my video game, I'll just kind of, you know, mention some stuff. Stuff mainly, you know, I'll just try to make people interested in, you know, normal things. Trying to change a person's mind in a video where they completely did not expect it. A great example, I'd say, would just be the general public transport infrastructure that I am a great fan of, and something which I would really like to push. The issue with that is something that we'll be talking about next time around, so yeah. See you then.